friends, Olivia B here. I thought I would make a quilting video. I have not been quilting lately, but I'm here to make a video because I have somehow acquired a few more quilting things, and also I have plans that I'm excited about. So I'm very excited to get back into quilting. I have been working on setting up my craft room so that it's just better situated, so that I have a place to cut fabric and a place to press fabric and a place to sew fabric. So that's what I am excited to get into. Though first, before I do that, my friend did get suckered into being the den leader of a Cub Scout troop, and he has asked me to sew patches onto his shirt. So I have to make sure I do that first. I'm not letting myself quilt until that's done. Today is November 23rd. In the US, it is Thanksgiving Day. It is in the afternoon. I don't plan on posting this video today, but I am filming it on Thanksgiving and getting ready to go to my parents' house soon. I am looking forward to spending the evening with my family. Instead of doing the traditional turkey dinner this year, my dad's going to make paella, which I'm really excited about. But it's holiday, so I still have that kind of fun, low-level holiday anxiety. It's like normal anxiety, but fancier because it's the holidays. So I thought, making this video would be fun and thinking about the things I'm going to make with quilts. But, I am grateful. It is Thanksgiving, and I'm grateful, and I'm for everything. But I am looking forward to spending time with my family. I think we're going to have fun. But, it's the day of jitters. So anyway, let's get into the quilty stuff. So I had one acquisition I was very excited about. This is a quilt kit. It was a block of the month, and it's called Garden Home by Kathy Schmitz. And I had a saved search for it on eBay because I was hoping to acquire the pattern. The whole block of the month kit came up. If you saw my Quilters Estate haul, you know I don't need more quilting stuff, but you also know I can't control myself. So, but I sold the block of the month Primitive Gatherings quilt, the wool one, to someone who saw the video and was super excited about it. And I was like, she's so excited about it. I'm not excited enough. And so I sold it to her for what I think was a fair price. And then this popped up, and it was a block of the month kit I was excited about. And it's about half the price of what I sold that for. So I was like, meant to be. So it's called Garden Home, and that's what it looks like. It's got hand applique on there and embroidery. I have not seen this, like a good picture of someone who's done this, so I think it's going to be a bit of a surprise along the way, but kind of give you an idea of some of the fabrics that are in here. I think so the quilt is 52 by 44, so it's going to be smaller than this gives me the impression of. But these are kind of the colors, the fabrics. I was reading through it, and the applique is raw edge. I don't do raw edge, I do like the applique method, which I have videos about, and I plan on making more videos about. So that means I'm going to need a seam allowance. So I'm really hoping there's enough fabric, but I want to start this soon, at least get it started, because I'm excited about it. I noticed the pattern calls for sulky 12-weight thread for the embroidery, and I saw this has like just one skein of JP coats. The pattern calls for white and burgundy, and this one didn't include the white, but then looking at the pattern, I actually think I'm good with just the burgundy. But anyway, I do not have a shortage of floss. This kit also has the beads in it, and I don't think the pattern calls for beads, so it's one of those situations where the person signed up for the block of the month and didn't use it, and I don't know where they signed up and what the specifications were for that. So I'm going to kind of figure it out as I go along, but again, really, really excited about that. I love the colors. I think it's adorable, and so that's exciting. But one of the main things I'm excited about and wanted to talk to you about was that I am joining a quilt along for The Raven by Blackbird Designs. There have been other quilt alongs for this in the past, and I'm sure you've seen it before. This was recently reprinted, though it does seem to be out of stock with the distributors at the moment. I don't know if they're going to print more or not, but I'm keeping an eye out. Though I don't think that you would have a really hard time finding this. I imagine most quilt shops have it stocked. So. But this is what the quilt looks like. And I'm going to be participating in this quilt along with Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilt and Celeste from Celeste Creates. And I am trying to get my friend Lori from Textilist to join because I know she has the kit for this in her stash. I believe she has the original fabrics in that kit, and I would love to see that. So I think she should join us too. Also, I'm hoping Colleen from Stitching with the Sisterlies will join us. She has made this quilt. I believe it was for a gift, and it sounds like she might be interested in making it again. But anyway, if anyone else wants to join us, I hope you will. I believe our hashtag is just RavenQAL or Quilt Along. But I have been, for the last, I think like a month, I've been planning on joining in, but have not had a chance to pull all the fabrics, and I'm finally getting to that point. So I think I finally have my background fabrics. There's 9 blocks, and the blocks are around 21-22 inches square, which means none of my fat quarters or half yard cuts would work. So to get matching, fairly matching tone backgrounds, I had to really like determine what I wanted and hunt it down and order it, which, you know, so hard to buy quilting fabric. But anyway, I think I'm set with these. I made a couple mistakes because in a couple cases I bought 1 yard cuts, which I needed 1.5 yards in order to get enough squares out. So anyway, I think I've got it figured out now. So those will be my background. Just to show you, I'll just keep showing it to you so you can kind of picture. So if you see the sashing there, that brown, I actually think I'm planning on using this red instead. And then where you see the purples, there's kind of purple accents within it, including that house. I'm going to use these reds. I think most of these are from Barbara Brackman, Alice's Scrap Bag, I think it's called. I did not come up with the idea for the red. I saw a quilt, I want to say on Pinterest. I think it was One Sister had done it, but I don't see it on that version on their website anymore because I believe she since did kits with like wovens and diamond textile fabrics, which are also sold out. But yeah, I think this is going to be really pretty in lieu of the purple and the brown sashing. So that's my plan there. As far as the blacks and oranges go, actually I didn't pull it, but I do have 1 yard of this wild orchid fabric, I believe, in my stash, the one with the smaller flowers. So maybe I'll try to incorporate that. But these are kind of a mix of fabrics. I didn't pull these and put this in here for the quilt, but this is how they were organized in my stash. And these are fabrics from Pam Buddha's Cheddar and Coal 2, Cheddar and Coal 1, I believe. And then there's some leftovers from Cheddar and Chocolate. And then these are some random ones. But yeah, I know, I think those are, yeah, anyway. I'm going to pull from these for the oranges and blacks. And then probably the browns too, where they fit, though I think I'm gonna need some lighter browns. Oh yeah, that's right, I do need lighter browns, but brings me to another purchase I made. This is also Pam Buddha, oh gosh, peppercorn butter, was it butter and peppercorn 2? Aren't they gorgeous? So it's like yeah, there's got plenty of these nice browns in there that I think are going to work really well, and maybe I'll incorporate some of the blacks too. So I'm talking about like the stems and the wood, you know, the trees and the hills and that kind of thing. I don't know if I'm going to add green in there too. We'll have to see, but I'm very excited. So I'm going to use, like I mentioned, the Appliquick method. I've just started carrying the tools in my shop, Hillside Rookery. I'm super excited about it. These are the tools that I've used to learn and do applique in the past, though there are a lot of different methods out there that you may want to try. But that's what I'm going to use, and so I'm planning on hopefully making some videos showing you how I do that. And you know, I'll keep you updated on my progress on the quilt. It could take me years, I have no idea, but hand applique, at least for me, is a slow process, but I really enjoy it. It's very relaxing and enjoyable, and yeah, so that's what I'm excited about right now. And I think that is it that I have to show you for quilting. So thank you for joining me. I would love to, you know, if you're quilting, I'd love to hear what you're working on. If you don't quilt, are you interested in trying it? Or you like to see it, or, you know, let me know what your quilt situation is. Anyway, I hope that if you are in America, you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving today. I am going to go spend the rest of my day with my family, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye. Wait, I'm still here. I had a couple of people in the comments ask of other videos ask about the quilts that are in the background in some of those videos, and so I thought I would just add on a segment real quick where I show you my completed quilts that I have in my home. There's just 4 of them. If you've been watching me for a while, you've probably seen them already, so sorry about that. But I just thought I'd go through them real quick for those that were wondering about them. This is a quilt that I made a few years ago. It's behind me on the couch when I film sitting there. This is just a bunch of half square triangles that I made. I used mostly charm squares. The colored halves are Joe Morton fabrics, and then it's just a lot of shirtings and you know, lighter colored fabrics. I just made half square triangles over and over until I had enough for a quilt, and I love it. I love half square triangles, and so that's that one. And then I have just have a Joe Morton background on there. I machine quilted it with diagonal lines that you can see there. So that's that one. This next one is another just simple one. It's just squares. Let's see, I cut squares at 2.5 inches, and then they finish at 2 inches. The blues are from Indigo Gatherings line, from Primitive Gatherings, and then I threw in some random gold squares from a Joe Morton fabric. And the whites are also from Indigo Gatherings, and then supplemented with fabric I had. This one I usually sleep under, and I love it. It was inspired by, in one of Maggie Bonomi's books, she hand pieces like 1-inch squares and makes a small quilt that's blue and white checkered, and I just wanted something similar. And then the background is actually, or the back of the quilt is actually a more modern fabric. Butterflies. That is a Ruby Star Society one. So, and then just got a stripe down there. So that's quilt number 2. This third quilt is, again, this is the third one that's not from a pattern. I just made the same block over and over. These are, what do you call them? Well, they're stars, sawtooth stars. I love stars and flying geese and half square triangles. Those are what my eye's drawn to. Oh, and log cabins. So I've never made one. But for this one, I just made a bunch of sawtooth stars. This is a Minnick and Simpson line of fabrics. I had it on the back of a couch for a couple weeks after I made it, and some of the fabrics got faded, unfortunately. So if you see any pinkish ones, those are faded, but it's a beautiful line of fabric. And yeah, so I just made sawtooth stars and added sashing, and I did a scrappy back with fabrics from that line. And then this one I hand quilted. Oh, I didn't show you on the last one. I hand quilted that one. I just did diagonal lines, but this one I did kind of more accented. It took me a while, but I really enjoyed it. This last one that I have for you, this one did come from a pattern. This is the Wild Goose Chase quilt pattern from Fat Quarter Shop, though it's an older pattern. You know, I'm sure you've seen it in older quilts. The fabrics I used were from Joe Morton's Lancaster line and Pam Buda's Cheddar and Chocolate line. Again, I love flying geese, so I really wanted to make this one. This might be my favorite visually so far. Um, I machine quilted inside, I think. Yeah, this is all machine quilted. And then you can't really see it, but I just did some simple hand quilting in the border. And then the back is again scrappy. So those are the 4 quilts that you sometimes see in the background of my video. Thanks for joining me for my little quilt video here, and I hope to see you in the next one. And I'd love to hear about what you're working on quilt-wise, and I'd love to see that if you're sharing what you're working on. All right, thanks everyone. Bye.